Amara walked down the street like the world belonged to her, not in a proud way, but in a soft, natural confidence that made people stop without even realizing. Her long legs moved with grace, her figure elegant and striking, her skin glowing under the morning sun like polished gold. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. Yet everyone was impressed. Men turned their heads, some even slowed their cars, pretending they were looking for direction, when in truth they were just trying to get another glance at her. Even women stared, some with admiration, some with silent envy. A man standing near a kiosk nudged his friend sharply. "God abeg. See fine girl," he whispered, almost in disbelief. His friend laughed, shaking his head. "If beauty be crime, this one don't go jail." Amara heard the comments, but she didn't react. She only smiled gently, small and calm, and continued walking as though she had heard it a million times, because she had. The fashion brand where Amara worked was one of the biggest in the city. Everything about the place screamed class: glass walls, spotless floors, and models on posters that looked like they didn't breathe the same air as normal humans. Yet Amara worked there as an assistant, and somehow still looked like she belonged on every billboard. She walked into the office that morning, carrying her laptop and a folder of documents. Her heels clicked softly on the tiles as she greeted her colleagues politely. "Good morning, Ma." Her boss, a middle-aged woman with sharp eyes, looked up from her desk and nodded approvingly. "Amara," she said, "you're smart and professional. I like the way you handle things." Amara smiled, her voice calm and respectful. "Thank you, Ma. I'm grateful." Somewhere behind her, a female coworker leaned close to another and whispered, "Her beauty they disturb everywhere." Amara didn't hear them, but Lily did. And Joy too, from the corner of the office. Lily's eyes followed Amara like a shadow. She forced a smile, but the bitterness in her chest was beginning to rot. "Everything always about Amara," Lily muttered under her breath. Joy's lips curved slowly into something dark and dangerous. "We go humble her," she replied, and the way she said it sounded like a promise. That afternoon, the girls met at a cafe near the office. The place was warm and cozy, filled with soft music and the smell of coffee. Amara sat opposite Lily and Joy, smiling as she stirred her drink. Lily leaned forward, resting her chin on her palm, her voice sweet like honey. "Bestie, you look too perfect today." Amara laughed softly, almost embarrassed. "Stop it, Joy. You're making me shy." Joy smiled too, but her eyes didn't smile. They were hard, calculating, like a hunter watching her prey. At that moment, the cafe door opened and a tall young man stepped inside. He was handsome, clean, confident. His shirt fit him perfectly, his wristwatch shining like he was born into wealth. He scanned the room until his eyes landed on Amara, and in that second, he froze, like he had seen something unreal, something he needed to have. He walked over slowly, like he wasn't sure if approaching her would break the moment. "Excuse me," he said gently. "Please, can I talk to you?" Amara looked up at him, surprised. She smiled politely. "Hello." His heart almost stopped. That single smile was enough to ruin him. Outside the cafe, the air was cooler. Cars passed on the road, but for Daniel, the world felt silent. He stared at Amara as if he was trying to understand how someone could look like that and still be normal. "I've seen you before," he admitted. "And I've never met someone like you." Amara tilted her head slightly, amused. "You hardly know me." Daniel smiled a little. "I want to know you." His voice was sincere, not desperate, not full of sweet lies like most men. It made Amara pause. Most men admired her beauty, but few spoke to her like she was a person. After a moment, she nodded slowly. "Okay," she said. "We can be friends." Daniel's face brightened like a child who had just won a prize, but behind them, through the cafe window, Lily watched, her nails pressed into her palm. "So now rich men too," she muttered bitterly. Joy leaned close to her ear. "This is where we start." That night, Amara sat beside her mother in their living room. The room was quiet, the only sound coming from the ceiling fan and the distant noise of traffic outside. Her mother studied her closely, like she could see every secret hidden behind her daughter's smile. "My daughter," Mrs. Nordyke said slowly, "jealousy is a poison." Amara sighed. "Mama. Lily and Joy are my friends." Her mother didn't argue. She only shook her head gently. She murmured. "Be careful." Amara nodded, but deep inside she still believed people couldn't hate her for no reason. She didn't know her mother was trying to save her from a storm already moving toward her. Daniel's birthday party was the definition of luxury: bright lights, beautiful women, expensive perfume, the kind of event that made poor people look at the pictures online and whisper, "So this is how rich people live." When Amara entered, the entire hall shifted, conversation paused, music continued, but the attention moved. Every eye turned to her. Daniel spotted her immediately. His smile widened, and he walked toward her like she was the only guest that mattered. "You came," he said, his voice full of joy. "You look stunning." Amara smiled politely. "Happy birthday, Daniel." But somewhere across the hall, Joy's eyes were locked on Amara's handbag. She nudged Lily lightly. "Time," she whispered, and while everyone was distracted by Amara's beauty, Joy moved like a thief in the night. Her fingers slipped into Amara's bag. She took her phone, unlocked it, then she typed a message, fast and wicked. "Mobile phone, I'm dating Daniel for money. He's too easy." She hit send, then calmly slipped the phone back like nothing happened. She turned to Lily with a smile that almost looked innocent. "Let the show begin." It didn't take long. Daniel's friend rushed to him, his face stiff. "Daniel, see this." Daniel looked at the screen. His smile died, slowly, painfully. He turned to Amara. "Amara." His voice was tight. "Did you send this?" Amara blinked. "What?" Daniel showed her the message. Her heart dropped. "No." She cried. "I didn't send anything." But people were already whispering, "She's fake. No money she wants." The word spread like wildfire in dry grass. Amara's eyes moved around the room, searching for someone to believe her. Then she saw Lily, and Lily was crying. "Amara." Lily sobbed dramatically. "Why would you do that?" Amara froze, tears filled her eyes. The betrayal hit her like a slap, because she knew. She knew her friend was acting. Amara ran. She didn't know where she was going. She only knew she couldn't stay there and be swallowed by shame. Outside, the sky opened. Rain poured down like the heavens were crying with her. Her dress clung to her skin. Her hair stuck to her face. Her makeup began to fade, but even in that broken state, she was still beautiful. She reached the roadside and fell on her knees. Her hands trembled. Her chest hurt like she couldn't breathe. "God." She sobbed. "Why me?" Daniel stood at the entrance, staring at her in shock. Something inside him didn't sit right. "This doesn't look like her," he murmured. Days passed. Amara stopped going out. She stopped answering calls, even when Daniel called. She couldn't pick up. She lay on her bed staring at the ceiling, hearing the whispers outside her window. "Fine girl with bad behavior." That sentence became her nightmare. Her beauty, once her blessing, now felt like the reason for her suffering. The next day, Joy finished her next move. She posted an edited video of Amara, made to look like she was flirting with multiple men. It spread quickly. People shared it, commented, mocked, laughing at the same girl they used to admire. Amara went to work hoping at least her career would be safe, but she entered the office and felt the coldness immediately. Her boss called her to the front. "Amara," she said, voice stern, "you're suspended until further notice." Amara's eyes widened. Suspended? Just like that? Her legs went weak. "More, please." But the boss raised her hand. No explanation. Amara walked out feeling like the entire world was closing in on her.